Hey everybody, Jazzy here. We are currently in the beta branch for the Wilson Rework in Don't Starve Together, which also added a boss with some new noteworthy drops. Since starting the fight requires gear from the ruins, I wanted to see how feasible it was to rush the ruins as Wilson, run back up, and kill the Haunted Werepig. I probably could have finished up quicker in the ruins, but it made zero sense to get down so early and not come back with some loot. So I made it a point to kill Ancient Guardian and clear enough to grab a few crowns. Wilson now has a skill tree with a handful of perks that can be unlocked with inspiration points that you gain slowly as you play as Wilson. These points are permanent and can be reallocated any way you want to in new worlds. For this run, I'm going to max out my beard growth rate and unlock the food storage. I don't know how fast the beard can grow, but even a couple of extra inventory slots will be helpful in a ruins rush. I also threw a couple of points into the gem alchemy skills, figuring that if I didn't find any yellow gems, I could convert a few extra oranges. Day one, I found a mosaic biome pretty fast. Ever since Talburn Nest got an overhaul, there's been a ton of them in the mosaic. Often I'll have to do a bit of unarmored kiting around to get at the gold boulders next to the nest, but I tolerate the gatekeepers in exchange for a better meat source. I'm gonna need a lot of gold for this run. I plan on making moggles, gold tools, and multiple alchemy engines. The goal is to collect around 15 gold before I enter the ruins. The new boss set piece spawns on day 2. This one popped up right next to my portal. Sometimes I'm very thankful to not be a new player. This would have freaked me the hell out. Fun fact, new worlds currently generate with well over 50 spawn points for this boss. So it doesn't surprise me that he could pop up literally anywhere. I went on a koala hunt for some large meat for hambats. Hopefully this supply will last me until Ancient Guardian. With koalas, I can really feel the reduced attack speed because I used to be able to land 7 hits per dodge, and now I can barely squeak out 6. Same with Dragonfly. I bonked a moleworm with my hammer while it was right on top of its burrow, and it actually disappeared back into its burrow before I could pick it up. Is this a beta thing? I've never seen it happen. Next time it came out, my second bop killed the little guy and I had to grab another one in the deciduous biome. It was still a good first couple of days, and after hammering some pig houses on day 2, I was ready to head down to the caves. At my first alchemy engine, I prototyped a hambat, football helm, and opulent pickaxe. I completely forgot to make the lantern, so I had to build a second one once I found some stalagmites. I'll need a third alchemy engine once I kill a depth worm. Kinda wasteful, but not too bad. By day 4, I noticed that my beard had already grown 2 phases. This happened instantaneously when I entered the caves, and I doubt that it was intended. Anyways, I can store extra food in these slots, and as of now, it's a convenient way of hiding meat from moneymen. I spotted the lichen field, but I had to double back to look for the blue mush trees. But by day 5, I decided to just go for the ruins without healing. Sometimes you can find blue caps closer to the ruins, and I figured I might get lucky with the bat in the labyrinth. Day 6, my beard grew to its final phase, but this caused my stack of carrots to completely disappear. Beta moment. I hope Wilson likes lichen and stale meat because I wasn't turning back. I also found a depth worm on the way, so I put down my third alchemy engine and made the moggles. I also made a luxury axe, which is needed to craft the ruins pickaxe, the most important item for me to pick up while I'm down here. With the moggles, I was able to navigate safely through the ruins and find the labyrinth pretty fast. And in the very first chest, I grab a lucky pickaxe. That's a very good find, and now I don't need to craft it. Luxury axe, it's been real. I also grabbed 2 bats, so I'm all set for healing now. And that's where my labyrinth luck ran out because I proceeded to spend an entire day mapping out one of the sneakiest labyrinths I've ever seen. And waiting at the ass end of the maze was Ancient Guardian. If you find any log suits in the labyrinth chests, you can use them to fight Guardian while wearing moggles when the light bulbs in the arena turn off. Unfortunately, I only found one and it quickly got busted during the fight, so I had to switch back to my helmets. I've been practicing my maneuvering during this fight where I hold the lantern while dodging, and then when I'm ready to start swinging, I equip the hambat and quick drop the lantern. It's tricky, but I consider it one of the most important skills to hone for this fight. The loot from this boss was the usual mix of gems. I didn't get any speed boosting gear, which would have been ideal, but at least I can still craft what I need at a station. The Thulecite suit saved my butt back in the ruins when I got swarmed during the nightmare phase. Kiting 3 shadow creatures around a lantern is tough, and it was so much easier throwing on the suit and fighting with moggles. Everyone is different, so you gotta use what you find to survive. It's one of those things that makes this game experience so amazing. For expediency, I decided to clear a broken pseudoscience station and upgrade it with the Thulecite I had. Here, I'm gonna craft a Magiluminescence and a handful of crowns. In the longer run, I would have brought back more gear, and with living logs I could have made a club or star staff, but this is all I really need for the last boss. On my way out of the caves, I chopped a few green mush trees for sanity food. Back at the portal, I cooked them up and got ready for the fight. Once you mine out the 3 pillars, you need to activate them with a ruins pickaxe. I'm starting this fight insane because the first thing I need to do is kill the 3 shadow peepers that spawn. You can only hit them while insane. As soon as that's done, I slammed all my cooked green caps to restore my sanity. And now the fight can begin! For the Werepig's first phase, you need to dodge his charge and sneak in a few hits. After doing this once or twice, he'll start charging you continuously. You do need a little bit of speed to dodge these charges. A mag by itself is sufficient, but you can also use a walking cane or road. After you successfully dodge 3 charges, he'll get winded, and you can sneak in a bunch of hits. In his second phase, he will start using ground pounds, which create temporary sinkholes. I like to run around him in circles to dodge these attacks. Then, as soon as he pounds, you can get in 3 to 4 hits before he hops away. You will want to bait him into pounding all 3 of the pillars, which drop the dreadstone you need to craft the armor pieces. It's a tricky stage because it's hard to tell if he's about to charge or pound, but either way you can run perpendicular to his movement to dodge either move. I got back at a convenient time because day 11 is the full moon, so I won't need any light for the duration of the fight. But with the mag, I could also just keep switching between a lantern and a handbat if the fight goes on into the night. But the Werepig went down right before the top of day 12, ending this questionably useful speedrun. The Dreadstone armor set is strong, but not currently worth the prep time. The helm is 90% damage reduction with great durability, but if you need the Ruins pickaxe for the fight, then you are likely coming back with Thulecite crowns anyway. This suit does have a whopping 95% damage reduction, but so does Knight Armor, which is cheaper and much easier to get. My prediction is that this armor set will eventually be important for some game progression, so even if it's not worth rushing this boss now, it very likely will be eventually. Feel free to leave a comment 6 months from now poking fun at me for being completely wrong. That's it for the run. I hope you found the info useful, and let me know what you've been enjoying the most about this rework. Personally, I think the skill tree is a rather elegant solution to the Wilson problem. You still have this character who doesn't start out with a ton of overpowered perks, but can slowly become a more unique character with some powerful late game potential. But I'm curious to hear what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.